Good morning, dear children. Welcome to our online class. We have completed our chapter, Some Natural Phenomenon. Today we will start a new chapter, Light. Have you ever thought what enables us to see things around us? Now, how we are able to see things? We see birds, flowers, buildings, butterflies, rivers, TV, etc. Now, what is that primary things which require to see these things? Yes, our eyes. Eyes are the only things that enable us to see things around us. It means that eyes alone cannot see any object. It is only when light from an object enters our eyes, then we can able to see the object. In class 7th, you learned that a polished or shiny surface can act as a mirror. A mirror changes the direction of light that falls on it. Can you able to tell in which direction the light falling on a surface will be reflected? Let us find out. Let us first understand about reflection. In class 6th, we have already learned about reflection of light. Due to this reflection of light, you are able to see yourself in the mirror. You are able to see the images of so many different objects. Now, what is reflection? Bouncing back of a ray of light when it strikes a boundary between different media through which it cannot pass. That is known as reflection. It bounces back from that surface, and that bouncing back is known as reflection. Now, we will try to understand laws of reflection. Now, we understood that whenever light falls on the surface, it bounces back. That bouncing back is reflection. Now, in order to understand this simple concept, we have to be aware of some simple things. So, first thing we should know, that is incident ray, as you can see in the picture. What do you mean by incident ray? The ray of light which strikes the boundary or the surface, that means this is that ray, incident ray, which is coming from the source of light, or it can also come from other object which is acting as a source of light. So, from wherever the ray of light is coming, it is falling on the surface. That ray is called incident ray. Now, let us say this is a mirror. Mirror is nothing but a surface, a polished surface, because mirror is a boundary. So, this ray of light which falls or which strikes the boundary is called incident ray. Incident ray is the ray of light that strikes the boundary or surface. Next is reflected ray. So, as soon as this ray, incident ray, strikes the mirror, what happens? The mirror doesn't allow to go further, so it bounces back, and so the ray which is bouncing back, that is called reflected ray. So, it is the ray which is sent back by the surface after reflection for a given incident ray. That means for every incident ray, there will be a corresponding reflected ray. Now, next is normal. It is perpendicular to the surface at the point of incidence. What is point of incidence? This is known as point of incidence. This point at which incidence ray strikes the surface is called point of incidence, which is drawn to the surface. Mirror is the surface, and this is the point of incidence. Now, this is it's known as imaginary line. Now, let us discuss the laws of reflection. Now, here there are two laws of reflection that any light ray obeys. That is, angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Now, we already learned what is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal. Angle of incidence, angle made by the incident ray with normal. It is denoted by I. Angle of reflection, angle made by the reflected ray with normal. It is denoted by small r. So our first law says that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. I is equal to r. Here, as I is equal to r, if the incident ray strike at this point, then the reflected ray will travel along this direction only, so as to keep the measure of r same as I. If I move the incident ray here, then the reflected ray will also move to keep the measure of r same as I. I is always equal to r. So this is about the first law of motion. Now what about the second law of motion? Second law tells that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. The second law tells us that they will always be on the same plane. In class 7, we have already studied about virtual image and real image. What is virtual image? The image that cannot be touched or obtained on a screen. That is known as virtual image. And what about real image? The image of an object that can be obtained on a screen. A source of light O is placed in front of a plane mirror PQ. Two rays OA and OC are incident on it. Can you find out the direction of the reflected rays? Yes, this is the reflected rays. Draw normal to the surface of the mirror PQ at the point A and at the point C. Then draw the reflected rays at the point A and C. How would you draw this ray? Like this. Call the reflected ray AB and CD. Extend them further. Extend them further. Do they meet? No. Extend them backwards. Extend them backward. Do they meet now? Yes. If they meet, mark this point as I. For a viewer's eye at E, do the reflected rays appear to come from the point I? Since the reflected rays do not actually meet at I but only appear to do so, so we say that a virtual image of the point O is formed at I. As you have learnt already in class 7th, such an image cannot be obtained on a screen. You may recall that in an image formed by a mirror, the left of the object appears on the right and the right appears on the left. This is known as lateral inversion. Consider an irregular surface like a cardboard. Imagine that parallel rays are incident on an irregular surface. Note that the laws of reflection are valid at each point of the surface. Using these laws, construct reflected rays at various points. You will observe that the rays are reflected in different directions. Remember that the diffused reflection is not due to the failure of the laws of reflection. It is caused by the irregularities in the reflecting surface. On the other hand, reflection from a smooth surface like that of a mirror is called regular reflection. Now you are aware that a plane mirror forms only a single image of an object. What happens if two plane mirrors are used in combination? Let us understand with the help of an activity. Take two plane mirrors, set them at right angle at each other with their edges. To hinge them, you can use adhesive tape. Place a coin in between the mirror. How many images of the coin do you see? Yes, you can see the 3 images. Now hinge the mirror using the tape at different angles, say 45, 60, 120 and 180. Place some object in between them. Note down the number of images of the object in each case. You know, there is a formula to find the number of images formed when two plane mirrors are inclined at an angle x. Such reflections are called multiple reflection. You might have experienced after your haircut in the barber shop, the barber holds a plane mirror behind your head at different angles. What happens over there is also the same process called multiple reflection. This multiple reflection is the same principle which is used in making a kaleidoscope. So children, today we discussed about light, reflection of light, regular and irregular reflection, laws of reflection, multiple images. Children, I have attached the URL video and notes, and all of you please attend the test paper and post it. Okay, see you in the next class. Take care. Bye.